Today we're going to do one of Nick's favorite quick meals, Burritos Con Queso. Now, I certainly know how to make burritos from scratch, even with con queso. But that wouldn't make it a quick meal. We'd have to boil the rice or steam the rice and saute the vegetables, etc., etc. So what Nick likes to do is just to get some pre-made burritos. I'll show you some. Much like this, or you can buy them in 8-packs. Actually, usually isn't cheaper. And then just add some tomato sauce and cheese. Microwave it properly so you don't get any cold spots. We simply take our store-bought burritos, snip the ends off the packages. Nick usually eats 3. And we put them on a dinner plate. And this is an important step. You want to put them in a triangle so that they heat evenly. Throw a glass pie plate over them. Put them in the microwave. Already have a glass pie plate in there. And heat them initially for 2 minutes. Next, we'll heat them in a different arrangement and move on from there. Okay, so Nick's burritos have microwaved on high for 2 minutes. And all you do now, that they've had their initial heating, is arrange them in a group of 3 and put them back in the microwave to continue eating through. All for about another minute and 30 seconds for 3 of them. And that's step 2. Okay, the 1.5-minute heating segment on high in the microwave has just completed. I'm fairly immune to heat, so use pot holders to do this if you're not used to doing it. Okay, at this point, 3 burritos are heated through. If you hadn't put them in a triangle in the first place, this one would still have cold spots in the middle of it. So what we're going to do now is open a simple can of tomato sauce, 8 ounce I believe, available at any grocery store. I think I bought these ones 5 for $1, which was a really good deal. I like to use these small cans because then you don't have tomato sauce sitting in the fridge going bad, because these 3 burritos will use most of the can, and the next meal I make with tomato sauce, any sort of tomato sauce in it, which in our household is every day or 2, I'll just throw the rest of this in with whatever other tomato sauce I'm making pasta with or what have you. That way it doesn't go to waste. Now, a good way to spread this, oops, we'll put this over here, I'll be right back. A good way to spread this tomato sauce is using a spoon. Make sure you get enough on the ends so it drips down over the ends and keeps them moist. See if my cameraman can get maybe a close-up of this. Now you're not going to use the whole can. If you have, you probably use too much. You're going to have burritos floating in tomato sauce. Just put some on the ends and then just put a little bit in and spread it around. That's about, I got about half a can left there. Okay. Zooming back out. Now, there's cheese that's going to go on this, but if you put it on now, your cheese is going to get overheated. So what you want to do is put the pie plate back on, put it back in the microwave to continue heating, heat up the tomato sauce and the potatoes a little bit more for another 1.5 minutes, just like the second one. So first it was 2 minutes on high, then 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes on high in a triangle, then 1.5 minutes and 3 in a row, and now 1.5 minutes with the tomato sauce on. And I'll be back in 1.5 minutes. Okay, so now the burritos have been heated a 3rd time on high. with tomato sauce on them this time. Take them out of the oven. Little quick flip there to let the steam go. Don't forget the pot holders if you're not good at that. Okay, so now it's time for cheese, or the con queso part. So you take a little bit of shredded cheese. I like to buy it in this bag from a big box store because it's only about $2 a pound. You know, I think I will do this. Well, wait a minute. Just make sure you distribute it evenly so you don't have any lonely spots in the burrito that don't have any cheese. I'm going to move this over here a little bit so I don't make a bigger mess on my stove. I forgot I don't like to spread cheese on top of the stove. That's a mess waiting to happen. Okay. So here's what it looks like with the grated cheese. You could grate from a block or use shredded cheese, whichever you prefer. This particular one is a mix of cheddar and jack, or American cheese and jack, or yellow and white, as some people say. Now the burritos are already heated enough to eat. You're just melting the cheese at this point. So you could actually do it with or without a cover at this, for this last one, but I'm just going to put it with the cover. So 130 again. And we'll be back in a minute and a half with your completed dish. Okay, so we finished the last minute and a half in the microwave on high, melting the cheese on top of Burritos Con Queso. Maybe I'll demonstrate how to do this with pot holders. Move it off side a little bit, pot holders between me and the steam. Open it like this to let the steam away from me. That saves your fingers. So now, here we have Burritos Con Queso. Now, if you find you get a little bit of, when you hold it up, if you get a little bit of watery tomato sauce down here, you can just take a paper towel and go like this before you serve it. And there you have Burritos Con Queso. That's today's recipe. Bon appetit!